With the Hatsune Miku and Pokemon collab, we are getting 18 different trainer types of Miku for the 18 different types of Pokemon. As of recording this, we've already got two, is the Grass type trainer Miku with her partner Rillaboom, and the Psychic type trainer Miku with her partner Meloetta. So I want to talk about what Pokemon she would get for the other 16 types of Pokemon, starting off with Normal type. Few that came to mind with Normal type is, well, Eevee. Eevee is one of the mascots of Pokemon, and it is an obvious choice for Miku. As well as Hatsune Miku's being known for changing costumes all the time and changing designs, Eevee makes perfect sense, being the evolution Pokemon, being able to change into any of the 8 different evolutions. Since Meloetta and Rillaboom are sound-based, I wouldn't be surprised if we either got more sound-based Pokemon for Miku, so I decided to choose Loudred. Loudred is known for being a speaker and repeating sounds, even being seen being used as speakers for a DJ in Detective Pikachu. So I think it makes sense that Miku would use Loudred to spread her music at a concert and make it much louder than expected. Next up is Lopunny, and I've seen a lot of people talk about this, being that Lopunny's ears look almost exactly like Miku's hair, having basically the 2 ponytails. I don't know if ponytails are the right words, so that's what Miku has anyway. And finally, for normal type is Farfetch'd, as we've already seen Farfetch'd with Miku in the Rising Voltage teaser trailer, the one that was first released before we got these different types of Mikus. For the fighting type, it was a little bit harder. There's not really many fighting type Pokemon that are associated with, well, music. But 2 came to mind. First one being Meloetta again. We've already seen Meloetta be her partner for the Psychic type, and of course Meloetta's got the dancing type as, the fighting type Meloetta, so I wouldn't be surprised if we just see her with the fighting style of Meloetta, rather than more the singing style. Next one is Hisuian Lilligant. A random choice, I know, but Hisuian Lilligant is based on that dancing ability. That's how it fights in Legends Arceus, so I think Hisuian Lilligant is a pretty good choice, being that dancing style. Next is the flying type. And again, this one's kind of hard, but there is 2 choices I had. First being Chatot. Chatot is known for mimicking sounds and being able to use the sound to create songs, even mimicking Pokemon's cries to create songs. And I mean, it makes perfect sense that Miku could use a Chatot to have background sounds, being a background singer and so to speak. And last one for flying type is Oricorio. Being that there is, I believe, 4 different styles of Oricorio, all for different stances, they fit perfectly with all of the different styles Miku can have when performing. With Poison type, the one that I think fits better for Poison type, which I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't do, is Toxtricity. Toxtricity is known for being the guitar Pokemon, both being for its amped and its downgrade, which is the bass and guitar styles. So I definitely see a Toxtricity being Miku's partner performing on the guitar. And we've already seen Rillaboom work with a Toxtricity at the end of Sword and Shield, so hey, I think Toxtricity is a pretty good choice. With the ground type, there's only 2 that I could think of, and even these are a bit pushing it. The first one is Marowak. Marowak has got that burn, and I can see it spinning it around. Almost like a baton, and so to speak, but even that's pushing it, even for my standards, so yeah. The next one more is Palpitoad and Seismitoad, both being sound-based Pokemon, creating sound waves to create the earthquakes and other things that it has. I would do Tympole, but Tympole is just a pure water type, so it doesn't really fit this ground type. Next is the rock type, and surprisingly this was a lot easier than I thought it was. The main 2 being Diancie and Carbink, both covered with crystals and gems, and I mean, if Hatsune Miku was a Pokemon, I mean, I could really see it becoming more of like a Diancie. As well as we have the Cherry Blossom Miku, which, I don't know, if you look them side by side, it's pretty close. With bug type, there's only one answer for me, and that is Kricketune. Kricketune is the violin bug Pokemon playing its violin and making sound with it. And I mean, I've seen tons of things with Miku with violins, figures, promo arts, so I definitely could see Miku being a classical song with Kricketune as its partner Pokemon. For the ghost type, again, this one was a lot harder than I thought it would, but the one I decided to choose. Hey, so Future Mythical Maniac here. While editing this video, they actually released the fire type Miku, and it actually is Skeledirge, so hey, I guess right, just not the right type. So the only other option is Rotom, being that Miku is a Volcaroid. She's a digital artist, so Rotom definitely could help with that. For Steel type, there's not really many Pokemon that represent music with Steel. However, I think the closest that we could represent with Miku is Jirachi, a cutesy little Pokemon that is, well, just cute and overall dreaming, so I definitely could see Jirachi and Miku forming a relationship. That's all I've got for Miku. With Fire type, there is two in mind. Firstly, the Victory Pokemon, Victini. I don't know, Victini is sort of the same reason as Jirachi, there is no reason for it, I just definitely could see them using these Pokemon to, work with Miku and just have it as that style. However, the next one I think makes a little bit more sense, being Alolan Marowak. Alolan Marowak is known for spinning its fire stick, or bone, what is it? Anyway, spinning it around and performing, almost like the Hawaiian descendants that live in Hawaii doing those type of dances. I don't know if Miku's ever done that sort of dance, or done that type of music, but if she ever did, I definitely think she would use Alolan Marowak. For water, there is one clear choice in my opinion, just like Rillaboom, where it is a starter based on music. With water, I think Primarina is the great choice. Primarina is, well, known for her singing. It is a siren, it is a mermaid that sings in the ocean, and I definitely think Primarina would make a very well partner for Miku. With electric type, I've already done Toxtricity, so I can't really use that again, but I honestly could see any of the Pikachu clones. Obviously the Pikachu clones are a big aspect of Pokemon, and Pikachu being the mascot, so I definitely could see Miku with almost any of the Pikachu clones. You obviously got Pikachu, Emolga, Plusle and Minun, and even Pachirisu. Pachirisu makes most sense to me, being that it's got the blue electricity as well as the blue stripe on its back. But honestly, like I said, any of these could work with Miku. Next is the Ice type, and this one was easier than I thought it was. The first choice is Alolan Vulpix. Miku has had a collaboration with Alolan Vulpix before, and so I definitely think that's what they'll do again. Maybe even making it Alolan Ninetales just to show that time's progressed. However, if they've not Alolan Vulpix, the other two could be Jinx with its opera singing style, or Aurorus just because of its lights and shiny things it can create based on the Aurora Borealis. With Dragon, again, this was not as hard as I thought it was. First one being Komamo. Komamo is known for making music with its scales and clanging them together. It says it so in its Pokédex entry, so I definitely could see it causing like a drum, sort of like Rillaboom, for Miku's music. Noivern is also based on speakers, with its ears being sound-based. It knows moves such as Boom Burst and is based on sound, so Noivern could be a really good choice as well. With Dark type, again, there was only one choice I could think of, being Obstagoon. Obstagoon is used by music trainers such as, I forgot his name from Sword and Shield, from Pierre, just such as Pierre using, Obstagoon for music, as well being based on Kiss itself, so Obstagoon has that reference to music, and I definitely could see it being used. With Fairy type, there's actually a few that I thought of. First one being Florges, mainly because with Rillaboom not being that flower cutesy vibe, I definitely think they could use the Fairy type to make a cutesy Miku for Florges. Next choice is Togekiss. Togekiss is a very popular Pokemon, and I definitely could see it also being used as that cutesy vibe. One that's not so cutesy but works as well is Screamtail. Screamtail is known for screaming and singing, and it's an ancestor of Jigglypuff, so if they don't want to use Jigglypuff, they could do Screamtail, give it that Paradox Pokemon vibe. So yeah, these are my thoughts on the other 16 Pokemon that could be with the collaboration for Miku. I'm excited to see what these actually come up as. I'm a big fan of Hatsune Miku, so I'm actually really excited to hear the songs, as well as seeing what Pokemon she ends up teaming up with. But if you enjoy, let me know in the comments, and I'll see you all in the next one.